But Gandhi was not alone in this fight against racial oppression. The South African freedom struggle also has many heroes among you. Who can forget the sacrifice of 16-year-old Valiamma, the fearless Thambi Naidu, and the selfless Muhammad Kachalia. I had the privilege of meeting Ahmad Kathrada earlier today. He spent 26 years in prison alongside Nelson Mandela. The harshness of the Robben Island prison could not bring down Lalu Chiba, Mac Maharaj और बिली नायर. और मेरे लिए खुशी की बात है कि आज उन सबको मुझे दर्शन करने का अवसर मिला. उन्होंने जो यातनाएं झेली थी उसके बावजूद भी उनके चेहरे की प्रसन्नता देख करके मैं एक नई प्रेरणा, नई ऊर्जा लेकर के हिंदुस्तान लौटूंगा. मैं उन सभी को जिन्होंने मूल्यों के लिए इस धरती पर इतने कष्ट झेले, कौन हिंदुस्तानी होगा जिनको ऐसे भारत मां के लाल पर नाज न हो. Alongside their African brothers and sisters, generations of Indians fought, suffered, and sacrificed so that all of South Africa could breathe freely. I salute you all and the countless others dedicated to this great country. You are the proud sons and daughters of the Indian heritage. You are the proud and loyal citizens of South Africa. You are the hardworking and loyal citizens of South Africa. You are also a part of the flourishing global Indian family. You form a unique bond between our two great nations, a bond that is nurtured by our shared values and struggles, a bond on whose foundation we are building the promise of our prosperous future. Friends, South Africa is a sacred land. It is the land of Madiba and the Karma Bhumi of Mahatma Gandhi. The path these two great men have shown us and the freedom that they have won for us is an inspiration for all of mankind. Their tireless spirit, courage, and moral force will remain a guiding beacon for the generations to come. The Mahatma led India's march to freedom from the British, which gave birth to modern India. The forgiveness of Nelson Mandela and his long march to freedom gave a rise to a rainbow nation. Gandhi held South Africa dear to his heart. महात्मा गांधी मानते थे कि इस भूमि पर एक प्रकार से उनका यहां एक नया जन्म हुआ था. In his farewell to South Africa in July 1914, he said, and I quote, "This subcontinent has become to me a sacred and dear land, next only to my motherland." I leave the shores of South Africa with a heavy heart, and the distance that will now separate me from South Africa, but will draw me closer to it, and its welfare will always be a matter of great concern. और आज 100 साल बाद, a century later, these very words resonate in our minds. When we think of South Africa, when we think of you, brothers and sisters, we live in a world that is interdependent and hyper-connected. Many of you are now closely engaged with developments in India. Your desire to connect with the lands of your forefathers may be an emotional urge, but you need not limit yourself to that alone. India today is also a land of opportunity for those who want to connect and collaborate, innovate and create, trade and invest, produce and engineer. India is today one of the brightest spots in the global economy. In a world marked by reducing growth rates and economic slowdown, India registered a healthy growth rate of 7.6% this year. And we are working to grow over 8% and more in the years ahead. India's dynamism is not of mere words. It is driven by concrete action, and it defined by our commitment to change the face of the Indian economy, not just through sustained rapid economic growth, but through multiple transformations. और इसीलिए तो मैं कह रहा हूं, एक बार आप लोग भी आकर के देखिए तो सही कैसे भारत का कायाकल्प हो रहा है. Transformation that aim to uplift India's 1.25 billion people, its 500 cities and its 600,000 villages. We want enterprises to flourish, business to grow, and the country to rise. For this, we are already shaping a policy framework that strengthens India's ability to build trade, manufacturing innovation, and investment partnerships with other countries in the world. Our focus on ease of doing business is aimed at ensuring that the public, private, and personal businesses can grow to their full potential in India. And we cannot, and we can't, we want it to be driven by state-of-the-art infrastructure. Infrastructure that not only provides basic needs of housing, shelter, electricity, water, and sanitation to the people, but also engineers a modern network of ports, airports, rail, and road for them to serve as gateways of economic prosperity for our people. Our plan to build 100 smart cities is aimed at creating an urbanized society that is sustainable and easy on this environment and on our resources. Backed by the strength of the best information technology specialists in the world, we are also shaping a digital revolution. A revolution that would change the way a government engages with its citizens, a business interacts with its clients, and a society relates to its old and new structures. A revolution which rests on digital infrastructure that allows free flow of information, innovation, and ideas on the information highways. Friends, India, like South Africa, is a young nation. The energy and drive of our 800 million youth fuels and mirrors the ambition and aspiration of the entire country. We want them to be the engine that pulls India's economy and society. And for this, we are working in a campaign mode to skill India's youth. The plan is to generate over 500 million new jobs in India by 2022. We want them not just to fulfill India's needs, but also to meet the growing global demand of skilled manpower. It is not just the economy and society that is racing ahead. The mindsets of our people are also changing. And the change that I'm talking about is not just on paper and in our plans. It is already visible on the ground.